Hello vinyl community and anybody else watching this. I'm back to do a thrift store finds video. I don't know, this might be number 4. I'm guessing. This is over the last 2 or 3 weeks. I found some stuff, nothing amazing, but I've got a fairly good sized pile, and part of it's the one place it's 10 for $4 or $1 a piece, so you come away with 10. That's what you do. So anyway, I'm just going to get right to it. Some of these were really dirty. I haven't cleaned any of the records yet, but the covers I've cleaned because some of them were really dirty. And they're in nice shape otherwise. This is Louis Armstrong's Greatest Hits, and I'm looking at it, and it almost looks like an import, but it's not. It's on Columbia Records, and it has a really glossy cover, which is why I thought it might be an import. This was filthy, and it cleaned up actually really nice. This I just thought was interesting. Galaxy 30. 30 artists, 30 great moments on Mercury Records. It's in Mercury High Fidelity. It's a double. This one has a super glossy cover as well. It's a gatefold. I think that's just so cool. Lots of information in there about the tracks, and people like Xavier Cugat, Brooke Benton, Patti Page, Richard Heyman, Clyde McPhatter, George Jones. It's a Platters, Quincy Jones. It's a mix of people. The Galaxy 30. These were all right here. I'm trying to think which store this was. These are all these are 3 for $1. This batch right here. Best of Stan Freberg. Stan, of course, passed a few weeks ago. I did a little tribute on one of my podcasts. If you check that out. I don't know what number, and I didn't really mention it. In the description, I think I might have put RIP Stan Freberg in front of it, so you can find it that way. I don't mention it in the podcast. I just play tons of his stuff throughout. And I said it's the best, and it's not. It's his United States of America album, which is a good thing because I already have the best of Stan Freberg. Something festive. I thought this was interesting. This is 10 outstanding selections of Christmas music on A&M Records. And they had 2 of these. And I'd never seen this before. And it's got people like Herb Alpert on it, and Burt Bacharach, and Liza Minnelli, and Sergio Mendes, and the Wheat Five, Julius Fletcher. Interesting Christmas record. Peter, Paul, and Mary, Moving. Didn't have it, and this is a nice mono copy. And these I got actually, last video I did, I said I took a road trip. Got these on the way back. It stopped at 2 thrift stores on the way back from my road trip. Belafonte, To Wish You a Merry Christmas. Don't have it, so picked it up. The covers of records on these are all really, really nice. Better selection than I have it here anyway. Sinatra, That's Life on Reprise. Stereo copy of this. The Genius of Ravi Shankar on Columbia Records. That cover has a little damage right there. But the record is really, really nice. Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, Volume 2. Believe it or not, I do not have this record. It's one of the first 9 I don't have, maybe the only one. And it's still an original shrink. So, that's cool. And it's mono. Sparks in Outer Space. Why not? Give it a shot. This has Cool Places with Jane Wiedlin on it. Which was a little bit of a hit. It was also on Jane Wiedlin's album at the time. Of course, Jane Wiedlin was from the Go-Go's. Saxational, Boots Randolph. I bought this because it's still in shrink. And I forget if it's mono or it's a stereo copy. And he does Night Train, which I haven't heard yet, but it should be pretty cool. Love Night Train, one of my favorite instrumentals. Burt Bacharach plays his hits, again, still in the shrink on Cap Records. Christmas, Percy Faith and his orchestra. You'd think I would have this with all the Christmas records I have, but I don't. So I picked it up. Stereo copy, but I think it's in a mono cover because that's a sticker right there. Love when they used to do stuff like that. George Jones, All-Time Greatest Hits, Volume 1, a promo copy. And I can't remember, but it might be a white label promo. It is on Epic Records, a white label promo copy. Thrift stores can be cool. And this has a lot of good stuff on it. The Race is On, and The Window Up Above, and White Lightning, She Thinks I Still Care, Why Baby Why. Good early George Jones stuff. Willie T. Probably can't even see this. It's a really dark cover. I'm Only a Man. One of my favorite guys, Alex Chilton, really loved Willie T. And this is a later one by him, I believe. 68, 69. But he did Tina Nina Nu, if you've ever heard that. Same guy, so I wanted to check it out. And it has a cut there, and it's a capital. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. But Happily used to use that as a promo designation, I'm pretty sure. The neatly punched hole, not a drill hole or anything, but a very neatly punched hole in an album can indicate promo for Capitol, I believe. I'd never seen this before. Dean Martin, Dino Latino. He covers Spanish songs. It's arranged by Don Costa. And again, I don't know this album. And it's mono, it's still in shrink with the price sticker on Reprise. Had to pick that up. Jiminy Cricket does multiplication and division. Don't get me started on like this. We're having huge Common Core debates still going on where I am. And you won't find any Common Core on this. And the main reason I bought this is it's still sealed. Nobody's ever played this record. So I got a feeling on one of my podcasts you're going to be hearing Jiminy Cricket. Because I will open that up. Probably won't do a live opening video for that one. But maybe. Tommy Rose, 16 Greatest Hits. The shrink is not in great shape, but it is still sealed. Another one. Still sealed. Tommy Rowe. Awesome. Ray Conniff in Espanol. I'm thinking one of these days of doing a whole podcast in foreign languages. So I'm looking for stuff like this and Dean Martin singing in Spanish and that kind of thing. So anyway, I picked this up. It's in really nice shape. And again, it's not a Ray Conniff album you see a lot. So there you go. Louis Prima, his greatest hits on Dot Records, some later stuff. And again, I don't have this. And what this is, it's not really his greatest hits. It's re-recordings of a lot of his stuff from the 30s and 40s. Some of it's better, some of it's worse. I have listened to that. I listened to the Ray Conniff too. They're both, I like them. They're good. Dean Martin, Houston. I might have this. I don't think I do. But if I do, it might be stereo. This is mono, and this is a really nice copy. So I'm pretty sure it's an upgrade if I do. Another Boots Randolph, Yakety Sax. I may have a reissue of this with a completely different cover. But again, this is a mono copy, and that would be later stereo. So I picked it up. These I picked up. These were the last couple started it. These are like the 10 for $4 kind of thing, so it's still almost the same. I picked these up just because he does some interesting songs, and they're in really, really nice shape. Jack Jones Sings on Cap Records. Wives and Lovers, Jack Jones on Cap Records. The Impossible Dream, Jack Jones on Cap Records. Sammy Davis Jr., That's Entertainment on MGM. Sammy Davis Jr., If I Ruled the World. This one's on a reprise in mono. Can I say? Music of Hawaii, Henry Mancini and his orchestra and chorus. Worst comes to worst, this is an awesome cover just to frame. But Hawaii on it can be boring at times, but sometimes it can be really good. And Mancini might be good enough to make this good and interesting. So I bought it to actually give it a listen. See how good it is. I just thought this was so cool. I have this album, but the first thing Tom Lehrer ever did, songs by Tom Lehrer, the original 10-inch. It's got Be Prepared, The Hunting Song. I don't think there's any of his huge hits on here. Not really. And I think it's on his own label. Yeah, it's on Lehrer Records. It's in really nice shape. And I've never seen this before. You see the album, but the 10-inch, you never ever see this. So I picked that up as well. We're back to the Three for $. The Late Late Show, Dakota Stanton. This album was filthy when I got it. It cleaned up okay. This is Dakota Stanton's very first album. And I know a little bit about her, and I'm looking forward to giving it a spin. Light and Right, Neil Hefti. Since Neil Hefti did the Batman theme, I've always known this, I've picked Neil Hefti up whenever I can just to see if he ever got that good again. He did The Odd Couple too, by the way. So him and Ray Conniff are both like really good as far as doing nice upbeat loungy kind of stuff. Does Mac the Knife on here, so that might be good. Jimmy Reed, Soul Greats. I have no Jimmy Reed. Maybe I have a 45 or two. But it's on Upfront Records. It's probably not that legit of a record, but I think it's going to be his original versions of songs. So that could be good. So I thought I'd give that a shot. Fever Smoke, The Three Sons. If you own just one Three Sons album, this is it. Again, just for the cover alone. And I already have this, and this is an upgrade, and it's in mono, and you want this in stereo. And unfortunately, my other copy is in mono as well. But great sort of lounge ping pong album if you get the stereo. Really good stuff. This just looked interesting. Peter and the Wolf. Narrated by Viv Stanchel from the Bonzo Dogs Doodah Band. And Manfred Mann is on here. And I don't know who else is on here. Phil Collins is on here. So I don't know. Oh, Eno is on here. So I don't know. But I had to pick it up. It was interesting looking record. Saw a PBS documentary maybe a year and a half ago about this woman. I did not know about her sister, Rosetta Sharp. She sang preachy gospel songs with the most distorted, coolest electric guitar you ever heard. This woman was an awesome guitar player and played the coolest, one of the coolest looking guitars I'd ever seen. And I don't own anything by hers, and now I do, and I was like very happy to pick it up. I don't think it's in the best condition. The cover's almost split open. But I'm I'm happy to have it and give it a listen and check it out. Okay, this is weird. A long time ago, when I worked in a record store in Buffalo, New York, this record came in. We probably threw it away. It went in the dollar bin at best. It's the Sherwoods at Zincs. I was just discovering Pet Sounds at this point in time. And they do Sloop John B on here. And I really love their version. Now, I haven't played it since I got it, and I haven't played it since. I forgot. I have been looking for this ever since, but I didn't remember they were called the Sherwoods or anything. And I saw this cover, and I remember the cover, and I looked at the back and saw Sloop John B and went, this is the record. So, believe it or not, I'm looking forward to hearing this. It's a barbershop quartet folky kind of thing. Anyway, thought this was a decent find. Impressions of Eurasia, the Dave Brubeck Quartet. 3 for $1. Heck yeah, it's not mint, but it's not bad. It's mono, and happy to have it. Almost done. This I picked up again for the same reason I picked up a couple other ones. Rusty Warren. I have a few Rusty Warren records. She's not necessarily my thing, but she's interesting. This is sealed. This is a very, 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 very old sealed record. So I picked it up, maybe for $1. Couple more here. These I just got today. Sammy's back on Broadway. Sammy Davis Jr. Again, it's in really nice shape. He does a lot of like typical Broadway tunes on here. But sometimes Sammy Davis Jr. is really good, and sometimes I cringe a little bit. So we'll see on some of these. Ray Conniff's Greatest Hits. It's in pretty decent shape, and I forget if it's stereo or mono. It's stereo. So I picked it up. I love Ray Conniff. And finally, Gourmet sings Showstoppers on ABC Paramount Records. And there was something on here that Johnny One Note is on here. I love her version of Johnny One Note. I love anybody's version of Johnny One Note. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I knew. Val Swell is on here. This song I don't know called You Can't Get a Man with a Gun. It's gotta be good. Miss Edie Gourmet, who of course passed about a year ago. That was really sad. So there you go. Here's my latest thrift store finds. Nothing great, but there you have it. As always, thanks to everybody that watches this. Watch my last video if you want to see who you are. And thanks for watching. Check out my podcasts, the Snap, Crackle, and Pop Vinyl Hour at snapcracklepop.podomatic.com. Leave me comments. I'll try to get back to you. I know I'm very bad at succeeding, but I will try. And please like it and share it. And thanks for watching. And I'll catch you next time.